Hello friends and welcome to Fire Emblem Discussion. So today we're going to be taking a look at some new Cindered Shadows information that was released by Famitsu and was translated by our good friends at Serenus Forest. So I'm going to shamelessly use their website for my video, but please go check them out if you haven't already. They are 100% the best resource for Fire Emblem news and information at this point. They are amazing. There's also some really fun forums with good people to talk to. Please go check out this website. So Cindered Shadows doesn't come out until later today, presumably. We know it comes out today. It comes out on the 12th here in America, 13th in other places, Europe and Japan. But it'll be like, because it'll like release at the same time everywhere, it's probably not going to be until like 5 p.m. Pacific time or like 8 p.m. Eastern time here in the US. So I wanted to go over this fun information that we received to kind of tide us over until we finally get to play Cindered Shadows ourselves. So I guess spoilers for Cindered Shadows. If you don't want to know anything about any of the stuff we're getting, like classes, like what classes characters are going to be using and personal skills and all that different stuff, you better leave. But I'm going to go over it right now. Okay, so I think the first thing that I've had it on screen already, you probably already read it. I think it is super cool. We get to know the personal skills of the Ashen Wolves are. Well, I just want to talk about the ones that what I think is actually really good. So Uri has Righteous Heart, which is Might +3 during combat when fighting at one range with no allies adjacent. So that's the kind of thing that will just happen on its own. So it's just like a nice little boost. Like you can just not plan for it and it will happen. But also, I feel like you want to have units around for linked attacks and whatever else. You could definitely set it up where you could still have linked attacks and get Righteous Heart active. Like it's easy with magic users and bow users and have attack at a distance. So it does so really you would think like, oh, this doesn't synergize well with linked attacks, but it really does. So I think that Might +3 during combat will be active more often than not, and I think that's going to be really cool if he attacks from one range, which, I don't know, it's going to depend on his defense and other stuff like that I don't know off the top of my head right now. I'd have to look it up and I don't feel like it. But I think that's a pretty good personal skill, and all these are pretty good because, you know, they're DLC, they should be good. I'm paying for this, dang it. Next we have Constance, who has Personality Switch, which strength and magic +3 when indoors, and defense and resistance +3 when outdoors. Kind of weird. The strength and magic +3 when indoors is definitely going to be more useful. She is not going to be a tanky unit. +3 defense is not going to help her survive anything. +3 resistance might. But what I am much more interested in is the +3 magic when indoors. I think that is that could be game changing. And +3 magic when indoors. I don't know if that means +3 magic to the actual magic stat, which would be even better than if it were just to a magic attack stat. But if it's +3 magic to the actual stat, that makes her her rescue range, which she constantly turns rescue, even larger. You know, it has the opportunity to. I mean, you need the formula for rescue distance is magic divided by 4, so she needs. The +3 can offset if you're not quite to the next next digit in that range. So yeah, I think that's really good, and I'm excited for that one. Balthus, he has King of Grappling, which is strength and defense +6 when user has 50% or less HP. I'm really excited to see Balthus in a build with like Defiance, Strength, Defiant Crit, and you know, Defiant Strength, Defiant Crit, and Defiant Defense. Not even Defiant Defense, but like Defiant Speed, Defiant like Avoid or something like that. And I think that'll be pretty fun to see. Like that you could pull off some interesting shenanigans. I don't know, it might even be worth it just to get him down to low HP because he like King of Grappling. You know, it really works well with gauntlets because just having +6 damage on a player phase fist attack, you know, it's essentially +12 strength because, you know, it's always going to be 2 attacks, so +12 strength. And then if you throw him into like grappler, then you get you know, +6 strength on Iron Fist or whatever it's called, and Fierce Iron Fist, and you have 3 attacks in a row, and it just has the opportunity to be very, very good. I like the King of Grappling skill. I think that it's probably not the most useful one. It's probably the one that's going to be the least useful of the 4. But I think it's the coolest. I think it's the one I'm going to have the most fun with. And finally, we have Happy, or Happy. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Someone tell me how to pronounce this in the comments, please. Her skill is Monstrous Body. Users' attacks are effective against monsters, but they are more easily targeted by monsters. This one's probably actually the least useful. I could see it being... They might have her play around with it a lot in Cindered Shadows, and that could be interesting. The only other map that really comes off the top of my head that this would be really, really useful is Silver Snow Endgame. I feel like having just one more person to be effective against monsters would be super nice on that map. But I think overall it's less than ideal for a personal skill. It's definitely not the worst in the game, but it's not the best either. So it's fine. Okay, let's move on to another bit of information we have. That we have the class sets for every character. Now, I'm not going to go over all of them. A lot of them are basically what you think they would be. I will go over some disappointments, though. So, and this is interesting. It says for each character, the first class is their initial class. So I think it's fun. We're not going to be raising these units from 0 to hero. They're already going to be really good, which I am really excited for. So Uri Trickster. So the 4 DLC class characters start out in a DLC class, of course. The big disappointments for me are Edelgard, who starts as a Fortress Knight and then can go into Noble or Lord, but that's okay because she also has Warrior. So I could see her being good in either Fortress Knight or Warrior, depending on the map. You may really need that plus, what is it, like 8 defense or whatever it is for the class base. And that could be really nice. But Warrior is, in general, just going to be able to hit harder and might be better. So I'm interested to see the play between that. And, oh, it's so cool. Alright, so next, let's talk about... I think the next actually interesting one is Dimitri, actually. He can either be a Paladin, Noble, Lord, or Hero. And I love that they gave him Hero. A lot of people don't like horse-mounted classes or riding classes. For whatever reason. It's probably the one I'll stick with for him, but Hero is a fun little option to take, and I wonder if he'll have, you know, I don't really know how mastered abilities and combat arts are going to work, but I don't know, you may want to learn stuff from Hero or Paladin. It's going to be, I really am happy that there are multiple advanced classes for a lot of characters. I was really worried that we were going to get stuff where Edelgard needed to be a Fortress Knight or had to go down a tier and be like a Lord or something. Or that Ash had to be a sniper or he had to go down to be like, I don't know, just an archer or whatever. But I'm really happy to see we have multiple advanced classes to choose from. And I think one that is going to be huge is Claude can be a Wyvern Rider or a Sniper. So if Claude can learn Hunter's Volley, that is going to be really good. And then you have Ash, who's also a Sniper. So if you could have 2 Hunter's Volleys on the field, that'd be really nice. I think overall, the class selection is pretty good. I think they allow for... It's going to allow for some really fun, I wanted to say shenanigans, but some really good strategy and planning. And it's just going to be... Everyone seems like they're going to be really unique as a unit, and I love that. Like we're going to have like the squad of like 12 really unique characters to use, and that'll be a lot of fun. All right, so next we have some information on the Trickster's like personal skill, or it's just like a class skill for them. Is Lucky 7 or Lucky 7? Wasn't it Lucky Sevens in with a plural 7? I don't remember. Might have been just been Lucky 7. But it says it functions differently here. I don't really... this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it says for each turn, the user's magic, strength, magic, speed, and defense... For each turn, the user's strength, magic, speed, defense, resistance, hit or avoid will increase by 5 for 1 turn. Oh, I get it now. Okay, this is actually really cool. So, it's just randomly going to increase one of those stats by 5. I love RNG in an already RNG heavy game, I guess. But that could be really fun. Like, just like for a turn, oh, I got +5 strength, so now I can one round this guy. Oh, I got +5 speed, so now I double. Oh, I got +5 defense, I'll tank for you. Oh, that could be really fun. It's going to be something to check every single turn. That's a fun mechanic. It could be annoying, because you will be like, oh, if we get this, this will work. If we get +5 magic, he'll be able to kill. But then he gets +5 resistance or something stupid like that. Or +5 hit or avoid. That's like that's losing. that's sad when you get that one. That's gonna be really cool. And it says lucky 7, so I imagine it'll just be for the first 7 turns. And then we have a list of their skills that they're gonna have. But we talked about these before. The only other one we didn't talk about was Dark Flyer has magic conversion. So when they take magic damage, all their stats get like +3 or something like that. It's pretty cool. And from here, there's just a lot of information on new like facilities we can essentially purchase with renown, such as the Pagan Altar, which is a name for something. I wouldn't be surprised if it got called or named something different in the English release, but we'll see. But you can pay renown for different facilities, and some of these facilities in the Abyss are going to be really cool, and things like you can like get unit ratings on like how good their stats are. You can see in this picture here. And for those who are really into the support system and everything, this could be really nice for you wanting to 100% your support books or whatever. The augury, I'm just going to read this section here. The augury can be unlocked in part 2. Here you can spend renown to boost the support points for characters via improved ties. There's also a star-cross option that lets you choose which pairs will have a shared ending if they have multiple options. That one was really cool to me because I didn't know how the game determined it in the first place. I just kind of figured there was a priority order. But the idea of being able to pick the endings is nice. I think that'll be a really nice addition for a lot of people in the end. And improved ties is going to be huge. That's one thing I've just been dreading is unlocking every support conversation. And I was like, I need to do it at some point, but I just don't want to. But you can spend renown to boost the support points. So spending renown, it's just another thing to spend renown on, and you get so much in a New Game Plus file. It's going to be fun. Well, that is going to do it, guys. I'm really excited for this later today, and I'll definitely be streaming it live. As soon as it drops, I will be dropping everything that I have to do and just be sitting in front of this camera and in front of a camera and a TV screen and playing this game with you guys. I'm so excited for this to come out. But thanks for watching, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss any of this hot fire Emblem action, guys. And I'd really appreciate that. And if you wouldn't mind, make sure to like the video. Helps with visibility, helps other people find the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, thanks for watching, friends, and I'll catch you next time.